What's up, guys? How's it going? It is Matt here. So now, before I get the people that are already coming into this video locked and cocked and ready to go, pay attention, relax. All right, this is not clickbait. This is nothing like that. I'm just talking about a real thing. Okay, a real thing. And I'm considering this a myth. So today I'm going to be talking about the myth of shot placement. Now, shot placement is important. We all know shot placement is very, very important when it comes to self-defense. If you have a bad shot, you're not going to stop them. If you hit them on the arm, then they can still beat you to death. If you hit them in the chest, you're going to stop them. Or if you hit them in wherever you need to, a vital area, you are going to stop them. So I'm not saying shot placement is a bad thing. What I'm talking about is kind of this trend that I see a lot on various channels and stuff like that, on the tactical channels and stuff like that. And that is the shot placement myth, okay? What that is basically there's a lot of people out there that talk crap about other people that like to carry bigger calibers or whatever, different calibers, any caliber other than the caliber that they have. And the reason behind that is shot placement. That's the basis of their argument, is shot placement. Their argument is that basically, yeah, well, this caliber, say 9mm has better shot placement, so anyone that has anything other than 9mm isn't going to be getting the job done very well because they're not going to have good shot placement. It's idiotic, okay? It is 100% idiotic. Just because one person is good with a 9mm doesn't mean that someone else is good with, like, say, a 357 Magnum or 45 or whatever it is. That just because one person can only have really good shot placement with a 9mm doesn't mean the rest of the gun owners in the entire world can't handle anything other than a 9mm. Now, like I said, I know I'm going to get heated arguments about this, and like I said, people are probably going to be coming in here locked and cocked and ready to go. But it's a true thing. It is really a true thing. You know, I've seen memes out there that people create. They show like a target of, say there's a target or something like that, and they make a meme. The top, there's holes all in the head, there's holes all in the chest, and it says 9mm guy. Down at the bottom, they show one target, and there's a shot in the low left, and it says a 45 guy. Oh, 45 guy says, oh, they'll bleed out. You know, I hear this all the time, and actually at the top of the 9mm meme, they say, 9mm guys say shot placement is the key. That 45 guys say they'll bleed out. You know, it's kind of a ridiculous topic, all right? It really is a ridiculous topic. You know, as an instructor, I've seen people that cannot handle even a 9mm. They can't, they have zero recoil management, and even with a 9mm, they can't have good shot placement. It has nothing to do with their body type or anything like that. It has everything to do with their techniques, with their marksmanship, with their fundamentals. If you have bad fundamentals, you are going to have bad shot. Now, for me personally, is like, it's kind of ridiculous to me personally, because, you know, I like 9mm. It's not a bad caliber. I'm pretty damn good with 9mm. I hold awesome groups with 9mm. The thing is, I also hold awesome groups with a 40 caliber, and I hold awesome groups with a 45 too. Just because, you know, a caliber is bigger, has more kick, has a different type of recoil, it's a different gun or whatever, doesn't necessarily mean someone isn't a marksman with it. It doesn't mean that they can't hit the target. Now, one of the things that's kind of funny about this is there's a lot of people that preach this, and, you know, they are the 9mm guys, okay? They are the 9mm guys. They're usually the tactical 9mm guys, the not realistic 9mm guys. You know, what they do is they will say shot placement is the key, and you shouldn't have any other calibers because you can only have good shot placement with a 9mm. And then the way how they demonstrate it is they walk up to a target and go, unload an entire magazine in an area that's about that big, okay? They unload an entire magazine in a place that's that big, and they say shot placement is the key. Now, I want to throw a real-world scenario at you. You're in a gas station. You're in the back of the gas station doing your thing. Some criminals come into it, armed criminals come in there. There's other people in the gas station. There's someone behind the register. You're in the back. The line of sight you have is at the person that's in it and at the other people on the other side of them. Are you going to pull your gun out, point it at them, and machine gun them? Are you? Or is that going to create a major issue? Is that going to put innocent people in the hospital? Because in a situation like this, yes, shot placement is key all the time. Shot placement is key. You have to know the target, know the background, where the person is behind it, and you need to be able to engage that person safely, knowing your target and the background in it. So yes, shot placement is key, but I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna fire a couple rounds into them, and I'm gonna get a good shot placement. Hopefully I'm gonna get a good shot placement, and it'll hopefully take them out of fight. Most people that get shot in a situation like this either run away or fall down, and they're incapacitated on the scene. if you sit there and you machine gun your pistol at someone, do you think they're just going to stand up like a target and just take it? What's going to happen is you're going to start doing that, and they're going to start moving, they're going to start running, they could fall down, and you're sitting there so devout on pulling that trigger as fast as you possibly can that you're going to cause collateral damage, okay? That is not shot placement. What you're doing has nothing to do with shot placement at all. Or is it going to be more like the realistic thing, what actually happens on a daily basis? They pull a gun out, maybe 1, 2, up to 5 to 6 shots top are fired in the situation, and when you have the adrenaline kicking in and everything else, it doesn't matter how well you've trained, your shot placement is going to spread out a little bit. Now, some people may say you're wrong. No, it's truth, okay? You may be an expert with like a rifle. I've seen it in combat. You may be an expert with a rifle, but then when you're out in a situation, you start taking fire from like a window top, you're aiming in, you're firing, and you're not necessarily holding a group like that big. The group goes to like that big, or you miss it all in general because you're rushing, you got adrenaline going, your breath is going, and stuff like that. So how can you claim that that is the way that you are going to be able to shoot a gun in a real world scenario when you've actually never personally been in one yourself? Now, yes, shot placement is key. You have to hit a good shot in a vital area. You need that hydrostatic shock effect, which means organs can burst. It means there can be a pressure that actually goes up the brain and literally takes them to the ground, knocks them out temporarily, takes them to the ground, then when they get on the ground, they come to in a few seconds. You need that hydrostatic shock effect, so you need a caliber that has a good impact on a good area, and it happens more with like carry ammunition than ball ammunition. The hydrostatic shock will basically do a big portion of damage on the inside, and the shock itself, the force itself, will take someone out of the fight pretty quickly. Now, you do get a better chance of hydrostatic shock with a higher caliber. You just do. The reason behind that is you have a more force that's going into that target. You know, if you have a bigger force that's going into a target that's still a fast bullet, that's still that, it's going to be more expansion, there's going to be more pressure inside that area, and it will take that organ out a lot quicker. It'll knock them to the ground a lot quicker. Now, I'm not saying you can't get that with smaller calibers. I'm not saying that at all. It's been proven you can get that with smaller calibers. But just because one person says that the only caliber you can possibly do that with is a 9mm, and anyone else that doesn't use 9mm is an idiot because they'll never be able to hit the target because shot placement is key, you're the idiot, all right? Just because you yourself are good with a 9mm, just because all the people that you know, that you follow, preach 9mm all the time, doesn't necessarily mean someone who prefers a 40 or 45 or 357 SIG or 357 Magnum or 44 Special or 44 Magnum doesn't have good shot placement with that caliber. There are people that cannot handle various calibers. It's out there. It's truth. People cannot carry various calibers. How many times have you gone to range? Like I've seen it as an instructor, like I said earlier. How many times have you gone to range? Someone has a 9mm in range, and they can barely handle the recoil of it because they don't have a good grip, they don't have a good stance, they don't know how to get behind the gun very well, and they're not holding the gun tightly. I've seen it a lot, especially as an instructor. I've seen it, especially with some new people that are coming in. They can't handle a 9mm because they just don't know yet. And I actually walk them through the steps and teach them how to handle that. I teach them on a 9mm or 22 or 45 if they want to choose that. So, all the people out there that are preaching the same myth, the shot placement myth all the time, that if you have anything other than a smaller caliber, that you have zero shot placement and you're not going to be effective, so you need to go with a smaller caliber. Guys, shut up. Seriously. There are people out there that can handle bigger calibers, all right? There are some people out there that have better accuracy with bigger calibers. You don't necessarily know. We don't always know why, but some people's hands work differently with different guns. Some people shoot better with different calibers. 9mm, I'm great. I can shoot great with a 9mm. I hit good grouping. 40 caliber, I shoot great with a 40 caliber. 45, I shoot great with a 45. I don't choose one specific caliber to carry on a daily basis because I'm pretty successful with any one of those calibers. I can handle it, I can use it. I prefer a bigger caliber because I know bigger caliber does more damage in the long term. But, for the people out there constantly pushing this BS, guys, stop. Just because you can't handle anything other than a 9mm or a 380 or a 22 doesn't mean the millions of other gun owners out there can't. So yes, shot placement is key, but The myth of shot placement, saying that you can't use anything other than a smaller caliber to have good shot placement, and if you do, you can't hit the target, has been debunked. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about me, and remember, it's our responsibility to take care of each other and protect each other.